Now Laplace transform of some common signal. That one is for unit impulse function del t. So if del t is an input signal or any xt function, then what will be the Laplace transform of del t? Is nothing but minus infinity to infinity del t e to the power minus st dt is equal to 1 for all s. Okay, unit step function. If unit step function is there, that is ut, so Laplace transform of ut is equal to minus infinity to infinity ut e to the power minus st dt. This is nothing but the 0 to infinity e to the power minus st dt. We can derive it, and I will get 1 by s, which is nothing but the region of convergence here should be greater than 0. Now these are the common signal. Which one? The Laplace transform of which can be derived here. Now properties of Laplace transform. Previous one properties of ROC are there, and here properties of Laplace transform. So first property is linearity. Suppose x1t is a function which has Laplace transform x1s and ROC is R1 for x1t. Now another one second function x2t is there, which Laplace transform is capital X2s and ROC is R2. Clear? So if a of x1t plus a2 x2t, then what will be the Laplace transform of this type of function? So if any two functions are multiplied with two other constants, and individually I know the Laplace transform of single function, then we can express it is like that. And region of convergence. What about region of convergence? So region of convergence is nothing but, and ROC of this one will be R1 intersection R2. Clear? Now second property is time shifting. Time shifting. Suppose xt is a function which has Laplace transform is x of s, and region of convergence ROC is R of this function. Then if time is shifted in xt with t naught, then what will be the region Laplace transform? The Laplace transform will be e to the power minus of s t naught x of s. Clear? And ROC will be R dash. R. R dash will be R. For time shifting, now next property is shifting in S domain. You have already know about this in the engineering mathematics section. S domain. Suppose xt is a function which has Laplace transform is x of s and ROC is R. Then if S domain shifting is there, suppose e to the power s t naught, s naught, s naught t, xt is there, then this one will be and ROC is R plus real part of S naught. Okay, now fourth one is time scaling. Time scaling. Suppose xt is a function given which has Laplace transform is x of s and region of convergence is R given. Now if t has a scaling, means at or something is there, at or t by a is there, then what will be the Laplace transform of this function? Is 1 by a mod a x of s by a, and ROC will be a of R. So scaling is multiplied in ROC also. Now fifth one is time reversal. So if xt is a function which has Laplace transform is x of s and now time reversal is there, then what will be the Laplace transform of this? X of minus t is x of minus s, and ROC is R, then ROC of this is minus R. Clear? Now in differential form, if differential form is there, so 6 1 differentiation in time domain. Suppose xt is a function given which has a Laplace transform of is x of s and ROC is R. Okay, now what will be the Laplace transform of differentiation of xt with respect to dt? Is s of x of s, and region of convergence is unchanged unless there is a pole zero cancellation is there. Now differentiation in S domain. So suppose xt is a function which has a Laplace of is x of s and ROC is R of xt, then minus dx of t will be what? D of x of s by ds, and region of convergence is as it is R. integration in time domain. Write down these all property. These are very useful to derive any expression or to find out the result and ROC. So if xt as a Laplace x of s and ROC is R, then integrating from 0 to t, it will be any function tau d tau. So we can find out the Laplace directly of this integration is x of s by s, and ROC is R intersection real part of s which is greater than 0. 9. Convolution. Suppose x1t is a function which one has Laplace x1s and ROC is R1. x2t is a function and x2s is the Laplace transform of that function and ROC is R2. Now if convolve these two functions, x1t convolve with x2t, then we can find out the Laplace transform of this convolution by multiplying these two individual convolution, these two individual Laplace transform like this, x1s into x2s, and ROC will be R1 integration R2. Clear? So these are the property of Laplace transform. Now some basic rule of Laplace transform form pair. Is discussed here. That one we have to remember that del t function as Laplace transform of del t is 1 and ROC will be all s. Laplace transform of ut is 1 by s and ROC will be real part of s should be greater than 0. Laplace transform of u of minus t is 1 by s but ROC is changed as I have seen. In example, and if multiply by this function, then what? If multiply by this function, then if any function multiply by t, then what will happen? Just differentiation. I have already checked in differentiation in S domain, that's why it is look like this, and region of convergence will be greater than 0. So these are the ROC and this one is Laplace transform, this is the function. Okay, some basic function. If t to the power k ut is there, then Laplace transform of this function is 1 by, sorry, k is there, no? So factorial k by s to the power k plus 1, and region of convergence will be greater than 0. Now if multiply this one, then the Laplace transform of this one is s by 1 by s plus a, which is region of convergence is greater than minus a. We have already know about this. For cos omega naught t ut, the Laplace transform will be s by s square plus omega naught square, because omega naught is there, and region of convergence is should be greater than 0. for sine omega naught t ut, this one will be omega naught by s square plus omega naught square, and here real part of s should be greater than 0. So these are the some Laplace transform pair which one we have to remember, and based on this result and this property in previous slide, what property we have studied in previous slide, that one we will use further. Okay, now next is inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform. So for inverse Laplace transform, we already know that the Laplace transform capital X of s is nothing but this much. Is that clear? Now we have to find out here in inverse Laplace transform xt we have to find out. So what will be xt here if x of s given? So if x of s given, then we can find out xt as Laplace inverse of x of s, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi j from c minus j infinity to c plus j infinity x of s e to the power st ds, because this is s domain and s domain is complex variable. So I am taking here c constant and c real and j infinity is there. Okay, now partial fraction method. Using partial fraction method we can find out easily. So let's take an example, and based on that example we can find out how we can obtain the inverse Laplace transform. So suppose, let's take an example in next slide. Example, if x of s given like this, s square plus 2s plus 5 divided by s plus 3 into s plus 5 whole square, and region of convergence is greater than -3. Okay, so we have a x of s which has one simple pole at s is equals to -3 and one multiple pole at s is equals to -5. So at s is equals to -3, one simple pole and multiple pole at s is equals to -5. Is that clear? Now we can express in partial fraction method, like c1 constant I am taking here s plus 3 plus ABC I am going to take to understand it in easy way, s plus 5 and here c s plus 5 whole square. Is that clear? Now we can find out a. How we can find out? We can find out s plus 3 into x of s at s is equals to -3. So it is nothing but the s square plus 2s plus 5 divided by s plus 5 whole square at s is equals to -3. we can find out 2. Now similarly we can find out the value of b, s plus 5 sorry c because whole square is there, no? So c we can find out, so whole square is there, x of s at s is equals to minus 5. So we can get here the s square plus 2s plus 5 divided by s plus 3 at s is equals to minus 5. I will get minus 10. Now b we can find out that the same thing we will take s plus 5. This is the partial fraction, nothing else. And d by ds is there at s is equals to minus 5. So it is d by ds of s square plus 2s plus 5 by s plus 3 at s is equals to minus 5. After differentiating this and putting the value of s is equals to minus 5, we will get minus 1. So x of s we can express, this x of s, given x of s is expressed in this form: 2 by s plus 3 minus 1 by s plus 5 minus 10 by s plus 5 whole square. Is that clear? Now we can find out the xt here. Xt will be 2e to the power minus 3t ut minus e to the power minus 5t ut minus 10 s square is there, no? So t e to the power minus 5t ut. Clear? Now you take common, so 2 e to the power minus 3t minus e to the power minus 5t minus 10t e to the power minus 5t ut. So this is the xt function, which one has Laplace transform already given in question. Clear? Now in this fashion we can find out the inverse Laplace transform of given Laplace transform. Now the system function, we will study about the system function. After that, stability of the system. Okay. So the system function, so any system is there. So this is LTI system which has impulse response is xt, and xt I am giving as an input and yt is an output. So what will be yt here? Yt will be nothing but the convolution of these two, xt and ht. Is that clear? So y of s we can find out the x of s into h of s. So h of s is what? H of s is y of s by x of s. This h of s is the Laplace transform of impulse response of the system, and this is the system function or transfer function. Okay. Now we can check, causality of the system. So for causal function ht will be 0 for t less than 0. Is that clear? And minus infinity to infinity ht dt should be finite for a stability. This is for a stability, and this is for causality. Okay. Now stability of the system. If any system is given in numerator or denominator form, so how we can check the stability of the LTI system? So if h of s is given as bn s to the power m plus bn minus 1 s to the power m minus 1 plus dot 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 2 plus b naught by n a naught s to the power n plus a1 s to the power n minus 1, like this, dot 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 dot, dot to n. Then how we can check the stability? Just similar as in control system. We have already we know already how we can check the stability of the system whenever system is expressed in this form. So denominator should be 0, d of s should be 0. That is called characteristic equation. Characteristic equation. Okay. So using Routh array we can check the stability. So s to the power n, first of all s to the power n minus 1, s to the power n minus 2 we can write, isn't it? Just take an example, and this one is a0, a1, a2, a1, sorry, something wrong here. Here a0, a2, a4, a1, a3, like this written, and this one is b1, b2, b4, like this it is written. b3, sorry, b3, b5 is there, b5, like this it is written, and it will go up to s to the power 0 and check the stability. Let's take an example for stability problem. So find out the stability of the system. One question is there. Find the stability of the system is if characteristic equation is given as s to the power 6 plus s to the power 5 plus 3s to the power 4 plus 2s to the power q plus 5s to the power 2 plus 3s plus 3 is equals to 0. This characteristic equation given, which is nothing but the ds. D is given. So Routh array s to the power 6, s to the power 5, s to the power 4, s to the power 3, s to the power 2, s to the power 1 and s to the power 0. Now 1, 3, 5, 3. Next is 1, 2, 3 and 0. Now what will be s to the power 4? S to the power 4 is 3 minus 2 by 1 is 1. Now 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 by 1 is 2. Now 3 minus 0 by 1 is 3. Is that clear? Now similarly 2 minus 2 it will be 0, and here also 0. So if 0 0 is there, then we will take auxiliary equation. So this one is the auxiliary equation, this one is auxiliary equation. So here s to the power 4 plus 2s plus 3 is auxiliary equation, and we will differentiate it with respect to s, and we will get 4s cube plus 2 is equals to 0, which is s q is equals to not 0 here, not 0 here, because we are putting the value of x q and s to the power 0. So this one will be, this one becomes 4 and this one becomes 2. Okay. Now next, here 3 by 2 and 3 is there, and for s1 it will be minus 3 and 0. So 2 negative, 2 unchanged, 2 poles are, 2 signs are changed here, no? This one not changed, this one changed. So number of sign change is 1. Number of sign change is 1. So the system is unstable. So in this manner we can check the stability of the system. Till now the whole LTI system or Laplace transforms is finished. Now in next section I will discuss about sampling, and after that the jet transform and Fourier analysis. Okay, so till now continuous time system, continuous time signal, LTI system and Laplace transform are finished. Now if you have any question regarding these 3 topics, then kindly ask in comment box, or just send me a message. I will try to explain those things. Don't forget to attend the Sunday class. That one is problem based on these 3 topics, which are asked by students only, and I will discuss with you in detail. So in Sunday lecture 7 to 9, that one is 10 MCQ question and 2 to 4 answer writing question. Okay, so just keep in touch and subscribe the channel. Thank you.